Welcome to my first Supercar, the final. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's watched, commented, subscribed, and just joined my journey of me trying to find my first Supercar. We've tested a whole range of Premier Velocities fleet, so now what's left for me to do is to actually go and find my dream first Supercar. Let's get James on and we'll discuss the semi-finals. Welcome to the final episode of my first Supercar.
I am a little bit sad, a little bit tearful, but you know,
the end of a new beginning.
Has to come. Yeah, has to come to an end.
The owner of Supercars of London may say of buying a supercar for a YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a hell of a lot of videos to come, a lot of mysterious ideas going around in my head. But let's first start with the semi-finalists to get into the my first Supercar final.
So if we start with the two that aren't here, then start with the Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini Gallardo. My favourite manufacturer. It's got the looks.
Yep.
It's got the sound. It's got the supercar flair, and you sit right low to the ground and it's got incredible performance.
Absolutely. Problem is though with the Lamborghini, as we touched on, even though we both love the Lambo, you know, to get a good one, then you've got to spend, you know, 6 figures plus. Running costs are very high, and if you do kind of scrimp and save and get a cheaper Gallardo or something like that, then you know it's going to taint the experience a little bit, because you're going to be kind of running around getting service parts and stuff all the time. You don't want that. So when you buy a Lamborghini, you want it to be, you know, for all the reasons that we experience.
A proper Lambo.
Absolutely. So that's why it's not here with us.
Onto the Nissan GTR, one of your favourite cars.
I do. I love the GTR, as everybody knows. Lots of experience with them. Ridiculous performance, as quick as the McLaren and the 458, but you know, kind of C63 money. That's why I thought it should have been here, but you know.
The reason why it didn't make it as much as the performance is incredible, and the looks are quite unique. The interior feels quite tacky, and it's just those little niggles, as well as the fact that it sits quite high, the car's really big, and it says it's got 4 seats when really you need to have legless companions in the back before you can even fit in. So yeah, that's why it didn't make it into the final.
We'll start with a C63. I really do think that this deserves its place here, genuinely, because it's very, very quick. You know, 480 horsepower. It's, you know, it's probably one of the easiest things to drive when it comes to all of them we've had. But you know, at the same time, the fact that there's 4 doors, 4 seats, it's not really a supercar.
It doesn't look like a supercar, but it's got the aggressive looks. It's got the aggressive sound. Great build quality, but the supercar performance. So really, this car is like the muscle car of the 21st century.
It is.
It's a muscle supercar.
It is exactly. But you know, when we finished off the last video with the Lamborghini, I think that what we said with this is that it was right at the other end of that kind of supercar spectrum at the end of the day.
And it's the most viewed out of the My First Supercar.
It is the
95,000 views.
Everyone thought that I was going to do like, you know, a massive smoking drift in it or something, but I just didn't. You know, my apologies. I'm going to keep my job, unfortunately.
So let's move on to the other finalist, the Audi R8. This is the V8 Spider model, but I'll probably be looking to get a V8 Coupe.
A V8 Coupe. The best out of all of them, still, in my opinion.
It's got the looks.
Yeah.
Again, it's got the sound. It feels like a supercar though, because it looks like a supercar. You sit low to the ground. It's got 2 seats. You can't really see out the back, but when you do, you see a massive engine.
Yep, same chassis as the Lamborghini. You know,
so you're basically getting a Lambo.
Exactly. You know, even with the V10, they bolted the same engine in there. But I think, you know, the Audi R8, as everybody knows, I made a good point of saying that again. It's right up there with my favourite ever cars, and you know, you can't really fault what it stands for. And I think the only thing that I can fault is the badge on the front. And I'm not saying that that's a problem, or that Audi make bad cars. They don't. It's just the fact that, you know, when you think
not to be a supercar.
Yeah, when you think of supercars, you think of Ferrari, you think of Lamborghini, and the only thing that lets it down is that. And it's not really a letdown, because the R8 was the first real kind of mass-produced supercar to come out the market that went up against Ferrari and Lamborghini.
And was recognised for being
that. And it's decent, it's good, you know, pricing-wise, and so, you know, it's a very, very strong candidate.
So now what's left for me to do is decide between these 2 cars. And as you can imagine, one's one side of the market, the other's the other side of the market. It's near impossible for me to decide, and to be completely honest, I still haven't. So what you're going to have to do now is follow my personal Instagram, which is on the screen below, so you can follow my journey from now as I go around to different car showrooms, different dealers, and looking at actual cars to buy. So thank you for watching.
And this is where I leave you, mate.
Although it's the end, it's also the new beginning.
It is. This is where I leave you. So get off my property now. Cheers, mate.
Make sure you subscribe to Supercars of London. One last thing, next week I'll be doing my first Supercar best bits, so make sure that you tune in next Saturday for the last ever My First Supercar episode before I unveil my first Supercar.